That's what I was concerned about. Like and subscribe. Okay, thanks. Oh, hi. Another parry. Parries feel so satisfying. Ow, I didn't get it that time. Oh, that was funny. Also, this particular Sabertat's really tanky. Yeah, I definitely need to drop some followers eventually. I just don't want too many followers, and some of them have to go. Oh, I'm failing the parries now. Parries is a high risk, high reward type of deal, because if you mistime it, then you're just bashing the air for no reason. And when you're bashing, you're vulnerable. And then I take the full-on damage when I get hit. It's really interesting the way the combat works in this pack. The bash/parry changes are there just so that you can't infinitely bash an enemy and just cheese everything. Which I like. I don't want to be tempted to cheese anything. What's this pile of junk over here? And Garvin probably didn't say that right at all. A treasure map, Dragon Bridge. You are now a novice fortune finder. I'm not gonna go in that right now. Madressi's camp? Where's Madressi? Madressi's notes. Madressi Dran on Angarvandradre. I will read that later. I will read that when it is time for me to go in that dungeon, if I remember. Ori's proficiency in light armor has inspired you. Oh, that's why I'm gaining light armor. Oh yeah, also if you manage to perfect block, then you take no damage. Janessa looks cool. I am a big fan of the dark elves. Definitely my favorite kind of elves. Then it would be Bosmer, then Falmer, and then the Altmer. Cause f the Altmer. Oh god, I don't wanna do this right now. What up, Borks? I just want the loot. I'll do this quest later. What's going on here? Are these goblins friendly? No, they're not friendly. Oh, yikes. On out to the mages first, because they will mess me up somehow. Largisburg Goblin Berserker. What in the world? So this guy's friendly. What up, dude? You with them? Sorry about killing your goblin friends, by the way. My bad. Like that guy right there. Oh, hi, Janessa. Well met again. Yeah, she looks really cool. Kitty, kitty. Juju. Let me pet you. Yeah. Yeah. Neutral. We're now friends. One time it popped up where it said, cat is now your lover, which is okay, dude. And we've made it to Riften. I'm here to turn in a bounty for killing this bandit, which I have his head for proof. Give me my reward.
Welcome to Mist
You a Bosmer?
I'm Jarl Layla's steward, Anuriel.
I always thought this steward in Riften was a high elf. I didn't know she was a Bosmer.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here's your reward.
Thanks, 500 gold. Alright, back outside the city, so we can head to Skyshadow Crypt. Actually, I should go around this mountain. Last time I was in this area, I was freezing a lot. What is happening? Nice. Oh, look at this. This is interesting. Shulks from ESO. I like this pack because it adds some creatures that technically should be in Skyrim according to the lore, but aren't. I guess they couldn't make them back in 2011. Not enough time, not enough resources, who knows. Let's get in here quick because the weather is terrible. Skyshadow Crypt. Alright, look at this, look at this. These doors are cool. Ain't that cool? Investigate. It did not bring my followers in here. Is this a no follower place? Oh my goodness me. What is going on over there? Oh, Jesus Christ. Gore, you're breaking the rules. I'm gonna allow him to come though. What is going on in here? Is this a base game thing? Because I do not remember this. Oh. Okay.
Those blades are sacred.
Sacred? So dull they can't even shave your beard. This scroll, on the other hand, may point me to what I need.
Curse you, grave robber. RK take your soul.
RK. Blasted RK. 99 fools, life and death, delivered by my blades, and not once has the stance of RK shown itself. Do you hear me? You cannot hide from me forever, my mentor. So
I remember
the
this
fool comes
person.
to dance once more, but it seems I've slain all your partners.
Have you? Do I have partners? I see a perfectly acceptable dance partner up there on the
You
platform.
mean the priest? I misjudged you, coward. I thought you were a warrior who craved a challenge. If you wish, I'll cross my blades with you once the stance is mine. And both the technique and the sword that cuts you will be forged by legend.
Sure, dude. What is this
A
place?
sanctuary for the ghosts of the Akavir. My mentor once spoke of it in passing. Now all those ghosts have passed. It seems one of these ghosts was a greedy one. He had 2 legendary blades, a way where the others would be blind to his duplicity.
Why are you here?
Why else, imbecile? To hunt my old mentor. Yet he continues to elude me, as does his stance.
I realize a lot of you watching might not know who this character is, so this is just a guy from the Interesting NPC Mods. I met him where I also met Gore, somewhere in Falkreath. Where exactly, not important, just somewhere in Falkreath. He was talking about, you're weak, my mentor, blah blah blah. We learned the different sword stances depending on the divines, and anyways, he's like, I want to go kill my mentor. I'm gonna go find him. That's the gist of it. Only the weak rely on others, not that I have 4 followers. So forge your own legacy.
And only a devout simpleton tries to reassemble the wheel. I will build my own legacy, but only after I have absorbed all that is beneath me.
Absorbed, huh? Tell me about these swords you seek.
One is as light as a feather, and as fast as the arrow it fletches. Its edge doesn't appear to be as fine, but that's deliberate. A light blade with an edge is brittle, and this sword is as sturdy as it is swift. The other is as sharp and as piercing as a confession. Heavy for an Akaviri sword, a blade meant to ward off blows and strike with force. Both are life and death incarnate. One knows not which role they play. These are the perfect weapons to slay my mentor once more.
Once more, he says. Do you mind if I speak with the priest?
Not at all. Speak with your equal, Patron Bolzagan. I have 2 swords to fetch.
I'm gonna kill this guy.
Hey, stay quiet and follow me.
Oh yeah? Guys, get in the way. Where we going? Okay. What the Okay. Sorry, just had to loot that chest first. You gonna explain to me what the hell that was? I mean, obviously this is the mentor guy, if I had to guess anyways. Explain yourself.
You have arrived at last. Do not be alarmed. This pilgrim gave his body in service to the gods, as was his desire.
What do you mean he gave his body?
In their final days, many pilgrims come to sacred crypts such as this one, in hopes of redeeming themselves from a life of sin. They offer their bodies to the ghosts that haunt these halls, so together they may find absolution.
You said I arrived at last. Were you expecting me?
I have. Ever since my death, I have been waiting for you to come. Waiting for a sign.
Me specifically.
Then today you enter on the heels of my pupil. This is no coincidence. Truly the gods are great.
I mean, I am great. You have every right to be excited. I want to pick 3 because it's funny, but no. Sure, let's serve the divines.
Well said, my young disciple. For when we ignore the teachings of the divines, we throw ourselves in a pit of despair. In life I made one such mistake, and while the gods will not rescue me, in you they offer a rope, so that I may climb the walls of redemption. Forgive me, where are my manners? My name is Garrett.
Somehow I already knew that.
I'm a master, and steward of the way of the Nine.
I said that guy's leaving, but I think Savani's actually a woman, Khajiit. Hard to tell. How does a ghost possess the living?
It may sound impossible, and to my pupil, that made it so. Still, one who understands how archaic a man's life and death knows the two states are nearly identical. However, the gap between us cannot be crossed by one side alone. It requires two willing partners to bridge.
So why did Savani fail to inherit the way of the Nine?
The eight came easily enough. It is the ninth that eludes her.
Yeah,
And
her.
it is little mystery why. Contrary to her belief, it is not about whether one can overcome their fear of death, nor is it about embracing fear in order to value one's life. If it were derived from such platitudes, no doubt she would have long since mastered it already. No,
Yeah, she's very arrogant.
Arcane is a technique that requires an understanding of the divines. You see, everything from the air we breathe to the ground under our feet is governed by Arcane's influence.
Sure.
In combat, the rivers of life and death flow into a single current, and only one who yields to Arcane's will can know where they part. Savashni thinks of the religious and the practical as two separate blades. At no point did she consider they can be wielded as one.
I think I've been saying her name wrong too. I said Savani. It's Savashni. What exactly is this place?
Who can say? It belonged to the Needs at one point, and the Akavir at another. As such, the ghosts of Atmora and Akavir roam these halls. It is the latter with which my pupil has quarrel. She thinks that facing me once more will afford her a second opportunity to learn the stance of Arcane.
And if she fails again?
Then she very well may end her life and follow me to the void. Such is her determination and her temerity. Yet, it is her lack of faith that is her downfall, for the stance of Arcane is based on flow, and that flow is channeled from the spirit of Arcane.
I guess I have no more questions. What is it you ask of me?
To end the life of my disciple, and to demonstrate to her the power of the divines.
You got a deal.
To accomplish that, you must endure what she would not. Only through the pilgrimage of the divines can you prove your worth.
Of course.
When you have walked the supplicant's road, then you will be ready to inherit the stance of Arcane.
I mean, I could defeat her without doing your pilgrimage. I very much could, but I won't say that. You want to humiliate her.
She humiliates herself with her refusal of the gods. This is their retribution.
When I spoke with her, Savashni thought she detected a pattern in the stance.
That is wishful thinking on behalf of my pupil. She wishes to believe she is close when she couldn't be more far. My hope was that in our fateful battle, she would experience a divine intervention, as these pilgrims do when the end draws near. If she failed to embrace the divine's teachings, she would die by my hand. Such is her skill, that this is the outcome we endure. You too will face a similar test, but you do not have to do it alone.
Yeah, I got gore behind me.
You to receive the blessing of 8 warriors of the divines. Together you will be able to see the rivers of life and death flow through your stars, but only as long as the 9 of us are bound to your will. Such is the consequence of shortcuts, but we do not have the time for the long road.
How do I walk the supplicant's road, then?
First, you must find a brute of Talos, a warrior whose very breath is a declaration of war. Second, the embrace of Mara. Only one who fights for love will burn the embers.
There's a lot.
7th, the Scale of Zenithar. Seek the aid of one who fights for coin, and tip the scales towards your victory. Lastly, the Judge of Akatosh. Only a warrior who claims lordship over the realm of time will light the path. When you have been blessed by 8 who are worthy, and the 8 flames are lit, then I will stand as the 9th. Now go, my young disciple, and keep the gods in your heart.
Technically I'm already blessed by Akatosh. I am indeed the Dragonborn. You couldn't be more blessed if you ask me. Alright, I'm just gonna look around and see if there's anything cool. That's a really big mannequin. Was that there before? Look, I can... I was gonna say something inappropriate, but I'm not gonna. There was nothing else worth the value. Alright, so now I've gotta find a whole bunch of divine related things that I need to either defeat or interact with, or I don't know, dude. He said a whole lot. I didn't keep track of all of it. Assist the Vigilant of Stendarr. There's one right out here. Maybe I shouldn't just jump off cliffs like that. That almost killed me. Oh my goodness, dude, that freaking boar scared the crap out of me. That's what happens when you try to scare me. You die. Oh. Okay, this guy's taking way more damage than I thought he would. Die. Oh, I didn't want to attack the shulks. Ow! Jesus! Die! Ah! That thing does a lot of damage. Oh, great, a bear. Bear's in the way. I want to kill the friggin'. Get away from me! Ow! 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 Stop! Okay. This friggin' is still alive. No! Oh my god. Oh my god. Die! Yes! That last fireball that hit me, I'm so surprised it did as little damage as it did. Maybe it was amped by all the animals at its side, I don't know. I really did not need to pick that fight, I just wanted to, and almost paid for it. I also only really came here to tell you all to go find Drobar. He's an interesting character to talk to if you ever end up playing this pack. Well, you don't need to necessarily play this pack. This is just the Interesting NPC mods, I believe. I was never able to find his coin. Are you cool? That a guar? Oh, it's an Aelet. It's not very strong. Aelet, I think that's what it is. Now, I know the Vigilance mod is installed here, so I don't want to accidentally start that. Oh, the Vigilance building's right here. I thought it was the one down there. Oh, hello. Why is the... Okay, why are you angry at me? I mean, I don't know why you picked a fight. You really should have thought about that. It's a random angry Vigilant. Hey, yo, my bad for killing your friend there. He didn't give me any choice. The Ranya, I think that's how you say that.
You approach the Vigilant of Stendarr. State your business.
I've come seeking your aid.
Do you expect me to be satisfied with that response?
Probably not.
We are at war. I can only hope that those at the hall have prepared themselves.
Yeah, I have no idea what this hall is you're referring to.
The Hall of the Vigilant Adventurer. The vanguard in the fight to rid Tamriel of Daedra in all its forms.
Tell me about this war you mentioned.
We came here on rumors that a Dawn Guard was forming, and found scant evidence as to why. Keeper Carsette saw no reason to pursue it further. Nevertheless, she sent a few of us to scout the rift, in the event any leads turned up. I was on my way here when I was assaulted by 4 Nightwalkers. I would not be alive if not for a chance encounter with my old Thalmor friend Julrulith. Her magic is still formidable, and her politics still reprehensible. Thankfully, on that day, I only needed one.
Perhaps I can lend a hand if you agree to help me in return.
Then you must look elsewhere. I make no bargains. If you truly wish to lend a hand, then commit yourself to the order. Only then can...
Can what? Can what?
Vampires. To arms, vigilance!
Ah, I see.
Send them all to
Oh
die.
my goodness.
Blood.
Please stop. I'm glad you're just standing there.
I'll end your miserable life.
I'll end your miserable life.
Take me.
I tried to do a fancy move there and then it was interrupted by the kill move. Relax. Why is my back key stuck?
This is your last mistake. Miserable life.
Oh, I thought Lydia was a... Okay, I'm just gonna go deal with this guy. Ouch! Ooh, what the... I'm hitting the wrong keys. Why are you scared? I can't see. I'm just praying. Alright, cool. There goes the body. Loot that body later. I need to cure vampirism off of me. Alright, I've killed these vampires.
You fought valiantly, adventurer. I am in your debt.
Yes, you are. Now help
As
me.
you have proven yourself to walk in the light, then perhaps I was wrong to deny your request. What exactly is this task you speak of?
I need you to just bless me. I'm on a pilgrimage to honor the divines and require Stendarr's blessing.
Yes, it seems the gods shine their gaze upon you, and Stendarr could have very well brought you here, so that I may drag your foes into the light.
Some of these camera angles
You
suck.
have my attention, pilgrim. What is it you ask of me?
I simply require Stendarr's blessing so that I may prove my faith.
Then you will have it, pilgrim. Walk always in the light.
So, this whole Way of the Nine quest, I'm definitely not going to be able to finish all in one episode, so it's going to be dragged out. If it gets a little confusing, I know, it gets a little confusing for me too. Oh, what was that one thing I got earlier? Fortune Finder, that's what it was earlier. Increase the gold found. I've already making so much gold, but I'll take it. Alright, so I will continue with this Way of the Nine quest at a later date. For now, I'm going to continue with my original plans for the session. Gonna head to Falkreath. Gonna go to... Oh, look, there's one right there. How convenient. Anyways, I'm gonna go to Evergreen Grove for Ori's little thing. And then I'm gonna go tackle these two quest markers over here. Oh, man, these bears. It's just that their damage goes off way before their swing does. I'm gonna head to Riften first and sleep at the inn. Then take the carriage to Falkreath. Hey, it's my boy!
Life of adventure and song.
Oh, you. Turns out I also have enough ice wraith teeth to give to this lady.
Need something?
I found the ice wraith teeth.
Perfect, just perfect. These should help keep my stock fresh for quite a while. And as promised, here's my trade. Hope you like it.
What is it? A spell tome that I'm not going to use and some pheasant meat. Okay. I gotta give my character a bath because he is bloody and dirty.
That innkeeper lady's a bit of a isn't she?
Yeah, I agree, Ari. Yes, you do in fact become very naked when you bathe yourself. It used to just put my gear back on automatically, but I don't know, at some point it stopped doing that. And yes, I had to censor it because you do indeed have a dangling pee-pee. Falkreath is a very different town in this pack. I spent a lot of time here at the start of the game. Alright, I'm gonna head to the Grove where Ari requested. What in the world is that? Oh, it's I don't want to do your quest right now. It's Barbas. Barbara? Barbas? Nah, it's Barbas, right? Just gonna avoid that dog for now. Whoa, what the? What do you want? Cyrodiilic wolf. You look like a coyote. You're so small. Can y'all deal with that, please? Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, Jesus Christ. That is a problem I gotta deal with. Frost Breath. Not too concerned about the wolves, but the werewolves. That's what I was concerned about. That's gonna kill me. Yep. I hate that so much. Doing no damage to me, but oh, he gets to one-shot me regardless because he can do that. I hate that. I'm sorry, I'm mad.
Mother would be disgusted by what you became.
What the hell is that thing? It just did like a huge AoE attack. Die. Oh, yikes, 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 yikes. You're an enemy. Okay, that was risk. That was risky. There's the other werewolf. I didn't even fight this one. And just like that, I lost my horse again. Jesus Christ. Where's my horse whistle? Sorry, I'm like angry for no reason. I mean, I have a reason, but is that my horse? Jesus Christ, man, why you gotta go so far and hide yourself so well? Completely unnecessary. Just annoying for the sake of being annoying. Please, if anybody knows that there's actually a way to whistle your horse in this pack, tell me, please. Getting tired of looking for this dude. Roadside rune. I don't know why this isn't discovered. I killed the Spriggan here before. This pack is so beautiful. YouTube's compression is probably gonna hate this scene though. This whole area. Hell, my editing software is probably gonna hate this whole thing. As high as I put the bitrate, it's probably not gonna matter. What is happening down there? What'd you all kill? Tiny spiders? Yeah, dude, like, when you go into first person especially, it looks so beautiful out here. Hello?
I couldn't do it, Yorick. She was right there in front of me. I begged if to give me courage, and still it wasn't enough. Gods forgive me. I couldn't do it, even if it had to be done. I don't care what she's become. It's not fair to ask a child to slay her own mother.
Whoa, that sounds serious. You okay?
What are you doing here?
Sorry, I know I'm... No, I'm not gonna say number one. Last time I checked, you did own this forest. Who are you talking to?
Yorick. It's the name I've given this Nord carving.
What?
It helps sometimes, having someone there, even if he isn't real.
Huh. What happened to your mother?
I was supposed to slay her. The hunters, they said she was killing their own.
You could talk to me, what happened?
It was easy for me to track the blood. There was so much of it. And the forest was so angry. I could hear the insects beat their wings like 1,000 tiny drums. When I reached the barrow, I saw something. It was bigger than any creature I'd ever seen. I managed to wound it, but when it came time for the killing blow, I couldn't. Somehow I knew it was still her. So I ran. When I returned, the hunters stormed off into the woods to finish the job. I don't know what they expected of me. I couldn't hurt her. How could anyone?
That's understandable. Then why do you agree to it?
I had to. She was my responsibility. But I couldn't. The hunters, the gods, they gave me a chance to make things right, and I failed them. Do you think she's dead?
There's still hope. Let's see what we can find. Where's this barrow? This is the Tear of Kinnereth, apparently, by the way.
The roadside ruins. That's where I dropped my bow. If you find it, I'd like it back. But if you forgive me, I pray you don't find anything else.
Something tells me I will find something else. What up, Yorick? That's your name, right? Yorick? What the? Okay, I set off a trap there. Crap, where did you say it was? Do you get many travelers in these parts?
None that bothered to stop. Although, there was that Nord from Riften who spent the night.
Spent the night? I might know this guy. What's his name?
Good question. It sounded sort of like Hagraven, but that couldn't be it. That would be an awful thing to name a child.
Do you have any good stories to tell?
He did. But I'm warning you, you won't like how I tell it.
You're right. I'm sure you'll tell it just fine.
Okay. Don't say I didn't warn you. The tale I remember best was about his adventure in the Reach. One night it was very dark and cold, and he was frightened. Then, when he felt all was lost, a voice shouted out, "The blood's all below your waist!" No. Wait. That part comes later? Ifri's bones. I really messed it up, didn't I?
It's all good, it's all good. I've heard worse.
Somehow
Probably.
I doubt that. But thanks.
Alright, so I just reviewed the footage, so it's at the roadside ruins, which I was just at, but I guess there'll be something new there now. Okay, so I'm confused, because there's literally nothing here. Literally nothing here. Oh. That's it right there. I thought that was just a basic bow next to the dead corpse. Alright, let's go return it. Alright, I found your bow. There wasn't anything else there, except a Spriggan that I killed
Found it.
an age ago.
And my mother?
Didn't see her. She must have fled once one of the hunters wasn't consumed.
Do you think she's safe? Listen to me. Worried about her when so many are dead. Ifri, forgive me.
You mentioned the bow was important to you.
When my mother lived in Valenwood, she came across an old tree that made for the perfect home, if not for a single wayward limb. A travelling outsider offered to cut it down, and from the wood he fashioned a bow. Together they would later form a village. It wasn't the best wood, and it isn't much of a bow, but for Mother, it was a piece of home. For me, this bow is a piece of her. I thank you for returning it. If
yeah, no
there's
worries.
anything you need, I will do my best to help.
Well, actually, there might be something I need. It's complicated, but I need your spirit to help me learn a master technique.
That sounds a bit scary. But if you think I can help, then I'm willing to go through with it.
I require Kinneret's blessing.
Alright. As a city elf, this feels a bit odd. But I give you her blessing. And mine.
Yeah, city elf. I probably could have just asked Ari, to be honest. She's way more in tune with all that. Obviously, asking Ari is not possible. I know that. Alright, so Evergreen Grove. Ari, you requested I take you here ages ago. What the? I am dying. Please die. I'm being stubborn. Just die. Okay. Now heal. Dead. Daedra Venom. What is that? Alright, Ari, you gonna tell me why we're here? Ari.
Hello?
She's not saying anything.
Later.
She mentioned her pod. I wonder if she wants to go back there instead. Or maybe I just fabricated the whole thing. And she didn't actually request I take her anywhere. Ari, you're home. You got anything to say? Get over here. I said get over here. What in the world? Well, let's go in her pod and see if that changes anything. So Ari, you got anything to say?
I'm glad to see you.
Can we chat?
Certainly. I'd love to. What would you like to hear about?
The only one I haven't heard is the old bones. Let's hear it.
Many years before your time, and many well before mine, great creatures walked the surface of Nan. Where they came from, none could say. After a time they faded and vanished, all gone away to the lost corners of the world. All save one. A great beast made entirely of bones did burrow a writhing path through the ground, named the Destroyer by those who survived its passage. Though none could say where it went or what drove it, all knew the barren swaths of land in its wake. It is said the Destroyer's coming could be felt as a qualling of the sod a full day before its arrival. When it arrived in a place, the great beast would writhe about, shattering walls and toppling buildings.
Necromancers are easy to deal with since they often lack...
Lydia, shut up. Go on.
Cliffs would turn to slurry in the great quakes brought by its pursuit, and many a pod home burst beneath its bones. It did so until it found men or mer who could answer its question, for the Destroyer would always question its victims. The oldest accounts of these questions were all variations on, where can I find the old bones? The canniest of those asked would point in a direction deemed most expediently away from and least destructive to the remaining homes. As the destroyer searched, evidently in vain, its questions changed. As it neared the end of its rampage, it was known to ask, "May I sleep here? It has been so long since I slept." The only one known to answer yes to this question was the tree thane of Falinesti, the walking city. Knowing Falinesti would soon move on from where it wintered in South Point, she convinced the destroyer to sleep in the boughs of Arborfell, an orchard known for its abundance of bats.
What happened?
Here, the Ifrei priesthood planted a blessed seed in the skull of the great beast as it slept. This seed soon grew into a sapling, the sapling into a great tree, and the great tree into the barrow bow. The bones have not stirred since. In the ages following the destroyer's final rest, ancient bones have sometimes been unearthed throughout Valenwood. Though silent, these remains are brought to Arborfell, now the Bone Orchard, in hopes that they will always remain so. This tradition has spread throughout Valenwood. Bosma far and wide have taken to burying the bones of their loved ones in the shade of the barrow bow. Here they believe Ifrei will grant his blessing, a final sleep for the lost.
The whole time I was thinking the destroyer was like some kind of giant bone colossus. Well, I'm not really... I might have just fabricated her requesting me to take her to a specific location. And I've looked up and down my quest logs before. There's nothing about Ari. Well, I guess this is a good time as any to end the episode and the session, because I've been recording for quite a while. Oh, a little bit more context. So I did do all of Ari's quest where... This one, the Song of the Green, I did take her to all these different locations. The thing that I'm confused about is I'm pretty sure she asked me to take her to that Evergreen Grove, whatever it's called, but it wasn't a quest. She just said, "Can you take me there when we have the time?" But nothing happened. So now I'm confused. If anybody knows how to progress with Ari's mod, if you could give out that information, that would be great. Thank you. Other than that, yep, that is the end of the episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I don't want to stop playing, but I have to. Again, any thoughts, suggestions, feedback, criticisms, leave them in the comments. Like the video if you liked it, and dislike the video if you hated it. Subscribe to see more, and y'all take care of yourselves.